Harry Kane set to return to Tottenham today after his summer break and will hold face-to-face talks with his new boss, Ange Postecoglou. That's about his future. As we know, Bayern Munich, well, they have been making it known they're quite interested in the Tottenham star. They're reportedly considering making a third bid for the England captain after their most recent £68 million offer was turned down. Kane has entered the final year of his Spurs contract, but the club insists he's not for sale. Gabby, that's going to be a fascinating chat, isn't it, between Postecoglou and Kane?
I feel like I said this yesterday talking to friends about this whole situation, and what he needs as the manager of Spurs is communication from Daniel Levy and Harry Kane. Can't there be a cut-off point, say 20th of July? Mm-hmm. Okay, if Harry Kane isn't sold by then, he's staying. If Bayern Munich don't meet, is it 100 mil, then it's over. You're not dragging it on to the transfer window finishes. 20th of July, they're out on pre-season tour, wherever they're going, and you've got Harry Kane. You know you're not stuck with Richarlison, who scored 1 goal in 27 games, because that's a crisis for Spurs. So as a manager, you want them to be assured by your owner. So that's what needs to happen. It can't continue. And then if I'm Daniel Levy, I'm saying 100 mil by 20th of July by Munich, or forget about it. Harry Kane, you're staying. I've got a year to try and make you sign a new contract. Try and show you that we're going in a new direction with the signings we've made, because it can't carry on. It's not fair on the Spurs fans, not fair on his teammates. And I think Harry Kane's staying very quiet, which I don't like.
Well, I mean, I was saying that yesterday when we were speaking to Harry Redknapp. As much as we keep talking about it, it's in the papers about the speculation. Ange Postecoglou is having to answer questions, yet we're hearing nothing from the Kane camp. Whether it is he's mulling over something or he's still happy or whatever, we just hear nothing. It's just radio silence.
Yeah, and maybe some players are like that. He keeps himself to himself. But I'm sure he done an interview with Gary Neville, didn't he, when he wanted to go to Manchester City. But I just think for Spurs to get in the top 4, they need Harry Kane. And Harry Kane being in the last year of his contract, I think you get a Harry Kane that scored more than 30 goals in the Premier League. I really do. I think he'll be on it even more, knowing that he could be in a free transfer at the end of the season, go wherever he wants, demand whatever transfer fee he wants. But I'm with Danny Murphy, who said that, and I said it last week, the clubs don't go in for players and make bids unless they spoke to the players' agents. That's how it works. Happened with me when I played. You get people contact you before they put a bid in. You don't want to go, the bid doesn't come in. There's no point in Bayern Munich embarrassing themselves.
Yeah,
because
if the player doesn't want to go.
Daniel Levy says, okay, 90 million. There we are. We have a deal.
And then personal terms can't be agreed.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Not even personal terms. You might not want to go.
Yeah, in that sense.
So it's not even about the money. It's like, does he even want to go? No. Okay. So he wasted all this time going in for Harry Kane. Doesn't want to go. So I think Harry Kane does want to go because Bayern Munich wouldn't be putting in the offers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's insight.
That is insight. Tottenham fans. Ange will meet Harry Kane today then to try and persuade him to stay at the club. We want you to come on and just give us the reasons of why he needs to stay, or maybe you're fed up with all of this. Maybe it's time to move on. Maybe it's time to call time on his career in North London. 03717 2233 44 is the number to call us on. Supposedly, Gab, what's really interesting as well, Bayern are keeping tabs on the Manchester City striker Julian Alvarez.
He's not going anywhere.
Reports say, okay.
Going anywhere.
Well, this is because obviously they are looking for a striker. Yeah. So that's if they don't land Kane, Alvarez may be their next target. Why are you saying that? They've
just lost Gundogan. They've lost his goals. Brought in Kovacic, who doesn't score goals. Haaland gets injured. Who plays? Alvarez is straight there. Haaland had his injury problems last season. This season, you could have more injury problems. So why would you sell a player who, when he comes in, fits in perfectly and he's going to play his games? If that's rotation in the Premier League, if that's the Champions League, the EFL Cup, the FA Cup, I just think that even if someone coming off at 78 million for Alvarez, I don't think he's going to be sold by Manchester City or even a loan. Doesn't suit them. What's the point?
No, I know what you're saying, and he's not really been at Manchester City for that long either.
Just signed a new deal.
Well, I mean, what I was going to say there, when you said, who would replace Haaland if Haaland got injured? Yeah. Remember, this is Pep Guardiola. He comes up with these bizarre but wonderful ideas that tend to work out. So I'm sure he'd have an idea if that was the case.
If I'm Man City and I'm being greedy, I'm like, we've won the treble. Why don't we win the quadruple?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why can't we? We're good enough. Why would you sell one of your stars that you don't need to, or loan him out? What are Man City gaining from that?
Okay, but what about the player? What about Alvarez? You're saying there the only way he might get into the team is because of Haaland either not being fit or rested or whatever. Is there an element of frustration on his part that he might want to be a starter?
Yeah, of course. He probably would want to go to Bayern Munich because he's going to get more game time. But when he's come on, he's been such a star. I mean, some of the goals he scored, and he just smashed him into the top corner. Looks like he's ready to start in most Premier League teams. But I just don't see Man City being a team where they're at the moment, losing any more of their attacking options. You'd more likely see maybe Cole Palmer going out for 6 months on loan and getting some regular football at that age. But I don't see Alvarez being allowed to go.
All right, honestly, there are so many names to talk about. Moises Caicedo is another one. He's admitted that he's desperate to go to Chelsea.
He don't say no to anything, does he?
He says that. He says couldn't say no to the Blues while calling them a beautiful team. Mauricio Pochettino is said to be keen to sign the Ecuador international and already has a verbal agreement with him on personal terms. I always find that fascinating as well. They already agreed personal terms behind the back of the team.
Exactly.
What's going on there?
How much? 160. Yep, no problem. Thank you. Get it through.
Talks between his current club, Brighton, and Chelsea continue, it seems, over the fee, with the Seagulls holding out for at least £100 million for their man. Speaking to an Ecuadorian YouTube channel called Caicedo said this: Chelsea are a big team, it's true. A very historic team, and I can't say no because it is a very big, historic, beautiful team. The city as well is beautiful, he says. Is this a matter of, this is a
London Bridge? He must start London Bridge. That's what it is. He wants to get to...
we can show him the sights, couldn't we, around where we are?
Come and have a look at London Bridge.
Do you think this one's going to go through?
I do think so, yeah. I feel Chelsea have let so many players go. Loftus-Cheek, Mount, Kovacic, Havertz, Pulisic now. I just think they need numbers in midfield, centre midfield. They need someone who's going to play near enough every game with Enzo Fernandez. Who perfect than Caicedo? He can play right back as well. He showed that at Brighton if Reece James got injured, so you've got cover at right back as well. I just think Chelsea have sold all these players to go and make a couple more big signings.
And Pochettino wants some of his own players in there.
Exactly, yeah.
So
and
that would make sense.
I think Ziyech has been told to come back 17th of July, so has Lukaku and Aubameyang. So he's already said players that he wants sold, and there's more that he wants to get rid of. And I just feel that, you just need two top midfielders, don't you? You look at all the teams now fighting for the Premier League, top midfielders. Arsenal, Odegaard, Declan Rice. I just think Chelsea now, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, be a tough midfield to break down, wouldn't it?
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.